Hey there, everybody. Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, and I'm playing a game San Francisco versus New York, 1971. I believe this is August 24th, and I've got something happening here. No hitter alert. So I'm inputting the information until the seventh, I believe, till the seventh inning, and it's Marichal versus Sadecki, and Marichal's got a no hitter going, so. Let's follow through on this in the bottom of the. Actually, I'm in the bottom of the top of the second, so I'm doing just inputting the data, and you can see how I'm doing that on the screen. So it was a K, a couple of singles, a fly out, and then a walk. So it's a K, single, single, and the pitcher flew out, and then of course a walk to load the bases, and then it was a ground out to short. And the bottom of the second, it was a couple of flyouts and a K. So you can see how quickly it is to kind of input your game into this system. And then we'll get to rolling the game once we get to the seventh inning. So far, I've played it on paper, but I never inputted anything. But now that it's a no hitter, then I wanted to start the cameras rolling. So in the top of the third, it's a walk to Mays, and then a fly out to center, and a fly out to right, and then it's going to be a two-run bomb by Dick Dietz. And it's 2-0 Giants. And it's a 5-8 in the K in that bottom of the inning. And then Gallagher leads off the top of the fourth, grounder, pop 5, and a walk. And then the bottom of the fourth, we got a 3-1 and a 9. And then a line out to the shortstop to end the inning. In the fifth inning, we got a K, it's grounded short, K, grounded short, and then a fly to center field. At the bottom of the fifth, we got a walk caught stealing, and it was a 2-6 with a lefty up, and then a couple of Ks, back-to-back Ks for Marichal. All right, and then we got to the top of the sixth. It's going to be a fly out, a K, and a ground out to short. K, and a ground out to short. And then in the bottom of the sixth, we got a ground out to short, a K, and then a ground out to second base. All right, and we are in the top of the seventh. Let me try to back this up a little bit here just to see if we can get the just want to quickly make sure. Yeah, all right, that's what I want to do. And close this up. All right, so it's going to be Juan Marichal leading off the top of the seventh against Ray Sadecki. And it's going to be a 52. That's an error check. 52 is a second baseman error, or check. Boswell. Let's see what Boswell's number is. You got a big sheet here that gives you all the data, so I don't have to look through the cards. Boswell at second base is a 6, and I rolled a 7, so he makes the play, and that's one down. Top of the order now for the Giants in the top of the seventh inning. It is 2-0 Giants, and Marichal's got a no-hitter going. And this is going to be a 36. The 36 will be a fly out center field. Over is Tommy Agee, and he settles under it, makes the catch. 2 down. 2 down, top of the seventh. 2-0 Giants here in Shea Stadium. Tito Fuentes, who was 1 for 3 today, singled in the first, and it's a 13, which is a fly Shallow to center. Racing in is AG, and AG gets there. 3 up, 3 down. All right. So we are top of the order here in the bottom of the 7th. And let's see. Buddy Harrelson, and that's going to be a 26, and that's a bouncer up the middle and through for a base hit. No hitter is over. Let's have a runner at first. Going to try a hit and run here. And that's going to be an 8 and a 35. First check for a single. There's no single. So it'll be a ground ball to second base to move the runner to second. Avoid the double play. Here's Cleon Jones, the pitch from Marichal with a 13. And that's a 1-8 base on balls, and it's a 2. So he walks Jones. So there's runners on first and second. So the tying runs are on base. Here comes Art Shamsky. Art Shamsky today's 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's a pitch. And a 53 is going to be a swing and a miss. And Juan Marichal's curveball gets Art Shamsky, strikes him out. And here's Kenny Boswell with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Pitch. And that's going to be a 62, and that's an out. Doesn't strike out much. That's popped up. Shallow center. Going back are the second baseman and shortstops. First baseman, rather. Was that a center field? Yes. No, I'm sorry. So it was second base and shortstop. Go back. Racing in is Willie Mays, and it's Willie Mays with the catch. Oh, I put that in there already. All right. So we go to the top of the 8th. So it's a one-hitter for Marichal now. So there goes the a one-hitter for Marichal. Now let's input that information. In the 7th, it was a 4-3. Let's go back to the computer game, and then I got an 8 for Henderson, and then an 8 for Fuentes. In the bottom of the 7th, it was a leadoff single by Harrelson, ground ball, hit and run, and then it was a walk. But then the Mets came up empty with a strikeout and a fly out the center. All right, we go to top of the 8th. Sadecki's still in there. And that's a 45, which will be a fly to center. On the run is AG, and he makes the catch. He runs it down. Turned on the Jets and caught up to that one. That's a 12 for Bobby Bonds and a 9. It's going to be a fly to right in the gap, and it's Shamsky running it down, 2 away. And here's Dave Kingman with a 34, and the 34 will be an out. That 4 tells us it's bounced to second, picked up by Boswell, and Boswell throws out Kingman, Sky Kingman. I don't know if he was known as Sky Kingman just yet. This is 1971, his first season. And Tommy Agee. And that's going to be a 52 with a 4, and I struck him out. He's 3 strikeouts today for Agee. Here's Steady Eddie Kranepool with an 11, and that'll be line right back at Marichal, who's there. Quick reflexes on Marichal. He snags it out of the air. And here's Jerry Grody with 2 out. And it's going to be a 25, and that is bounced to short. Easy pickings for Spire, and he throws out Grody. No runs, no hits. And let's do the top 8th. It was 8, 9, and then 4-3. And then the bottom of the 8th was KL1. And then it was a ground to short. All right, so we're in the top of the 9th, and Dietz is leading off. A hit or a base runner by Sadecki, and he would need to be replaced. And that's going to be a 12. That's ball 4, and that's it for Sadecki. So he's going to get replaced now. He walks Dietz. We go to the bullpen for the Mets, and we're going to bring out, who do we got available here? You know what? Who do we got available? We got Nolan Ryan available. So let's grab Nolan Ryan. And there he is, Nolan Ryan. Let's see what kind of stuff he has today. He's got his B stuff. We're just going to slide this down like that. got his B stuff against Chris Spire. And Spire's going to bunt. And it's a good bunt. Goes to the first baseman. So moving over to second is Dietz on the sacrifice. Gallagher now. Here's a pitch. And that's a 63, and he struck him out. So Ryan picks a strikeout, picks up a strikeout. Here comes Marichal with a 66, and that's a drive over the center fielder's head, and that's going to bounce one hop off the wall. And that surprised everybody. Around to score is Dietz. And that's a RBI double for Marichal, and makes it 3-0 here in the top of the ninth. Nuts. Pitcher drives in a run, helping himself, helping out his own cause. And let's get that information down. It was a sack there. The first baseman, and it was a K, and then a double. And here is Kenny Henderson. That's going to be a 22, ball 4. That's the fourth walk of the game for Kenny Henderson. And here comes Tito Fuentes, pitch from Ryan, and that is a 35, which will be an out. That's what kind of an out? It's grounded to, he's batting lefty, so it's grounded at first. Stepping on the bag is Kranepool, and that retires the side, but one run comes in on the double. And it's 3-0 Giants. Let's see if Marichal can finish off the Mets here in order. Gonna have a pinch hitter in the bottom of the ninth for the Mets. And let's see who that's going to be. Let's click on Ryan, and we're going to bring in a lefty. You know what? We're going to bring Kenny Singleton, who's a switch hitter. Pinch hitter extraordinaire for the Mets. Hits from both sides. Not a great fielder, but he is an outstanding, he's got a good on-base percentage, 375 on-base percentage. He'll be facing, the Mets are down by 3 runs here in the ninth. Juan Marichal had a good season, 18-11, a 1 whip. All right. Let's see, Ryan. It's going to be Singleton. Let's write him in as a pinch hitter. Bottom of the ninth. All right. And that's going to be a 25, and that is a fly ball to right. Over is Bonds, and Bonds squeezes it for out number 1. So we're in the bottom of the ninth, and Singleton flies out. Here's Buddy Harrelson now. He's 1 for 3, broke up the no-hitter at 24. That's a 1-2 hit by pitch, and he's -2, so that's a 0 no chance. And he's batting lefty, so that's grounded to first. Kingman is there, steps on the bag ahead of Harrelson. There's 2 outs, so the Mets are down to the last out, and Marichal is 1 out away from a 1-hit shutout. The only hit coming by Bud Harrelson at the top of the 7th inning, leading off the top of the 7th. Here's Wayne Garrett, and that's in a snake eyes, which will be bounced to short, picked up by Spire over to first, and the ball game is over. The Mets lose it by a score of 3-0, and Marichal with an outstanding performance, with a gem, if you will. And he's 21-7, MVP. Let's see, his ERA is his WHIP is 0.9. His actual WHIP was 1.0. In the replay, it's 0.9. And his ERA is 2.01. They don't they don't use ERA. In other words, that's very difficult to replicate. But they really shoot for the WHIP in that usually. So he won 18 games in reality. And here he won 21 games so far. And let's look at the box score. That's a nice thing about having you know, kind of dual recording your games. Here you get a nice box score where you see the Mets team batting average is at 258 and about 9 points off. They were at 249, but they picked up a one hitter here, or a game where they only managed one hit. And if you look, the batting average are very, very realistic. Guys batting in the 280s or close to the 280s. Let me give you some examples here. Cleon Jones batted 319. He's at 301. Boswell batted at 275, I believe. He's at 277. AG batted 285. He's at 294. Kranepool batted 280. He's at 294. Grody batted 270. He's at 271. So very, very close. Now Sadecki loses this game. He's 7-5 with a 2.63 ERA. The ERA really is not replicable. It's more the WHIP. This is just impossible, regardless of the game, to replicate. Nolan Ryan is at 3.13, but he did pitch an inning, didn't give up a run, walked one, struck out one. That's about it. So we didn't get our no-hitter, unfortunately. I was looking forward to maybe seeing that, a no-hitter. But you know what? I'm going to color this up, and I'm going to take a picture of it, and I'll do a post. And the next thing I'm going to release is the drawing for the payoff pitch PDF season. I was lazy, was watching The Sopranos and never got a chance to do it. So I'm going to do it now, early in the morning. It's about 5 a.m. So I'll be right back. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys soon.